guys? It's your boy Derek. Just want to talk to y'all real quick. I've been messing around with this studio and it's driving me crazy. It's just really pissing me off because I can't get this lighting right. So hope you guys watch this. I just want to talk something real quick. Oh, and by the way, this is actually leading to a YouTube page that I'm about to build. I'm gonna tell my entire story from the bottom up. I mean, from the day that I came out and put my 10 toes down on the ground. I'm gonna tell it all. So I don't know what I'm gonna name it yet, but I'm gonna probably use my alter ego name, and it's gonna be on the YouTube page. Oh, and by the way, I am doing that DJ thing. If my homies is watching, my number one homie watching, yo, I'm doing your party first. The first time I need about a couple months to get it set up, but I'm doing your party first, so get prepared. Anyway, so I'm going to talk about interracial dating, the good, the bad, the ugly. Now, I can't really speak on all of them, but I can speak as, you know, I can say I've done my due diligence in different areas and different cultures. You know, I wasn't always married. I mean, I've been married for 20 some odd years, but we had problems just like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? We had the breakups to make up all of that. So I can tell you some stories, you know, me going back to the motherland, me going in other lands and all that other stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I'll tell you that on the other channel. All right, let's get to it. Start with the good. The good is you get to see other things. You get to see other things that you've never seen before. You get to like the man or the woman, they'll take you to, let's say, a different side of town. You're just like, wow, I didn't know this mall existed, or I didn't know this type of history existed. I didn't know this food existed. I didn't know this type of even a fruit existed. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it could be that small, or it could be on a larger scale where it's like you thought of this culture as A, when they're nothing like that. They're actually more of a C culture, meaning they're completely opposite of an A culture. You know what I'm saying? Meaning just, you know, you thought one way and they're completely different. So, and that's the beauty of it, because I mean, especially us blacks, we stay in our neighborhoods all the time, so we don't particularly get to go out and see other things. You know what I'm saying? So all we know is what we see every day, our own environment. You know, and our environments a lot of times can be harsh, you know, and sometimes it could be a good environment, but at the same time, if it's one of those environments that, you know, where it's so one-sided, you never really want to tap into the other side. So when you do decide to get a little bit older, even younger, and you want to get intrigued about what's going on the other side. Me, myself, I was intrigued with the Asian culture because I grew up on Bruce Lee. You understand what I'm saying? So Bruce Lee, to us, reminded us of us. You know what I'm saying? They was the Asian people, you know what I'm saying? They was kicked down, you know what I'm saying? It was kicked down year after year after year after year by their own people, by other people. I mean, it was just a mess all the time. So black people and Asian at the particular time could relate. So I basically could relate. My community could relate. So when it came to Asian women, it was just a natural thing. You know what I'm saying? So, and then we fought. So it was natural. You know what I'm saying? They fight, we fight. You know what I'm saying? They get down, we're pushed around, all of that. So that clicked for me. And then when I finally moved and started dating Asian women, then it was like, oh, okay. So this is what's really happening over here. And come to find out it was actually something that intrigued me more. So I just stayed and just never went back, at least never went back for a marriage standpoint. But, you know, like I said, breakups and makeups. But anyway, so the bad side is you're constantly trying to, these are all my opinions, right? So you're constantly trying to, or you often get in arguments of what's good, what's bad for your, especially if you have children. What's bad for your children, what's good for your children, and you get in arguments of how, like, employment You know what I'm saying? Like how one should act on the job, how the other should act on the job, how you act in public. You understand? Those arguments come up all the time, you know. And a lot of times they talk about your culture. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, you revert back to, wait a minute, what you talking about? So then, you know, you start to have that conversation. You understand what I'm saying? And often which turns into an argument. So that's really the bad side of it. And it can really, depending on the person you is, it can really take a toll on you. You know, you can find yourself back with your own culture, or you can find yourself, you know, just dabbling more into his or her culture, not necessarily that you don't believe in your own culture, but you want to understand their culture more. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be a bad thing down the line, and I'll tell you what I mean by that later. So, and also when you get in arguments of who's better. Who's better? That happens all the time. You know, black people be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Asian people be doing this. It happens. People don't talk about it, but trust me, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't get into the racial slurs and stuff like that. Now, I've heard relationships that do that. You know, they go hard body when they get in an argument. I've never done that, never had to get into that. I think that's crazy. And if you do got to get in that, then you definitely probably in the wrong relationship. You miss me with that. And the other thing too is the other side, especially for a black man. If you dating a woman, when you date a woman outside of your race, a lot of times the other race has a misconception of the black woman. You know, you always hear that mad black woman and all that nonsense. Well, you don't even have a clue on what's going on. You don't have a clue. It's like you just don't know. And I can't sit here and explain all of that, but it's not something that you can just. It's not on the surface. You know what I'm saying? If a lot of people, if they had to live our lives, you know, if they had to live the life of a black person, they'd kill themselves. I mean, literally, whole communities would kill themselves if they had to live our life, honestly. So sometimes, you know, you do get into those arguments, those back and forths, and it can get really, really heated. So that's just one of the bad. But I'll go more into that further on my other site once I started up. The ugly, and people just don't talk about it. Well, let me go back because a lot of brothers, they get on here, they get on these social media sites, and they get to talking slick about the black woman. Now, I've been married to an Asian woman 20 plus years, but there ain't gonna never be a day. Hear me. There ain't gonna never be a day where we gonna sit across the table and have a black woman bash. That ain't gonna never happen on my clock. Never. So I don't understand these black dudes when they get all into that. Man, get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here because I love this woman, not because I think they're so much better than my culture. Man, miss me, or so much better than black woman. Knock it off, man. Knock it off. You know, a lot of dudes be doing that. Come on, man. Is that necessary? Is it really necessary? Come on, it's just like the woman you're dating right now, or married to right now. You start every time you go out somewhere, you tell them how an Asian woman ain't nothing, how a white woman ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? How a Mexican woman ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Knock it off. If you don't like the white, the blacks, and the Asians, or the Mexicans, then keep it to yourself. Keep it to yourself. Go ahead and date. You know, enjoy your life. You know, life is short. You know what I'm saying? Or it could be long and miserable. But ain't no sense of you dogging out the sisters for what? What, they ain't did nothing to you. You already moved on and keep it pushing. All right, let me go. Peace. I had to go there. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm going to call this Off the Grid Fridays. So every Friday, I might just have a real spaz. Follow me. The ugly that nobody likes to talk about. And the truth of the matter is, a lot of times you get into these relationships, interracial relationships, and you start to wonder. There's always a point. I told a sister this, and she thought I was bugging. You know what I'm saying? Because why did she think I was bugging? Because she thought her son was just the creme de la creme. Whatever. Anyway, so there always comes a point in an interracial relationship, whether it's at the beginning, the middle, or an extended relationship, or even at the end, where it comes to the point where you're like, am I with the right person? Should I stay with my own? Oh, it's going to come up. It's going to come up. You're going to long for your own. Trust me. It's going to come up and it's going to hit you like a brick. And you might be 10 years in. You know what I'm saying? But you so deep. You so deep in, ain't no turning back. But a lot of people don't talk about that. Won't talk about it. Men keep it to themselves. Women, they go to their grave with it. They go to their grave with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, think about it. You married to a dude. He can't keep a job. He's violent. You find out later that he's the worst pick of his culture that you've ever seen. You understand what I'm saying? Or you find a woman who you think, damn, I got the right woman from the right culture. 10 years in, she ain't no different than your culture that you just left, and women you just left. She ain't no different. You haven't advanced. You understand what I'm saying? You're still in the same situation that you started, but you were mystified by whatever their culture had to offer. We're not really looking at the whole picture, or just taking your time and say, you know what? Let me look a little further into this and see if this is what I really want. But now you hear a lot of people talking about interracial relationships that you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that, blah 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 blah. Listen, people, ain't nobody leaving their relationships for you. I don't give a damn I don't care how many parades you do. I don't care how many marches you do. I don't care how many videos you put out. Let's be clear. These people are not leaving their families for you. Ever. Ever. Are you kidding me? The point of their sacrifice of doing that, that was their own personal sacrifice of saying, you know what, I'm going to step outside of my culture and I'm going to learn something new. You know what I'm saying? Just that fact alone, they're not going over there to lose. They're going over there to win. So on top of that, they have built families, their own economic base, or they have built their own empire, let's just call it that. And you think they're going to leave their family? Because you say, black man, you don't love your mama. Get out of here. Get out of here. I love my mama. You know what I'm saying? We don't get along, but that don't mean I don't love her. You understand what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? But they'll tell you, oh, you don't love your mama. That's why you with an Asian woman. Man, knock it off. Get out of here. Get out of here. I mean, that psychology kills me all the time because this is such psychology. And who writes the psychology books? Get out of here. Maybe, just maybe, whatever culture that person was with wasn't doing it for them. Now I'm 43. So let's just say I was supposed to wait until 43 until I found the right black woman. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That doesn't even make sense. A man is supposed to be with a woman. That doesn't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so much into just going out grabbing someone just for the sake of I hate my relation, I hate my culture. No. If you're gonna do it in a sense that, I need love just like the next man needs love. And I told you when we first met that I had to learn the hard way about it because I didn't always think this way. I had to learn the hard way by my own people. You know what I'm saying? And if it ever come up, you hear me talking about it right now. But listen, people meet people for all kind of different circumstances. You know what I'm saying? It ain't always about they hate their culture. It ain't always about, she ain't strong enough. You know what I'm saying? Or she wants to be sexed up to death. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a whole lot of men that don't even have that much sex. They just don't. There's a whole lot of women that don't even have a lot of sex. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she's just a beautiful person. Maybe y'all just met at the right time when you was vulnerable. Hell, forget being vulnerable. You just met at the right time. Why? Because there's someone for everybody. You understand what I'm saying? In relationships, man, I mean, it can be a beautiful thing if you know how to work it. If you not how to work it, if you put the right effort in the right place. But again, ain't nobody leaving their families just because you say, black man, You don't love your mama. You need to get a black woman. Knock it off. White woman. Oh, you don't love your culture. You need to get a white man. Knock it off. Asian women. Oh my God. Oh, you just want to sleep with a black man. Man, come on, man. Mexican women. What? We ain't good enough for you? Man, I didn't heard it all. But when you look at the whole picture, there are so many women out here, single, my dudes. There's so many women out here, and I'm just speaking for the men right now on this point. There's so many women out here, my dudes. If you sit back and wait, you're in your 40s and you still single? First of all, the woman's looking at you like, well, damn, how come don't nobody want them? How come don't nobody want them? That's a question in her mind, like, wait a minute. He got A, B, C, D, and don't nobody want him? That's going to make her question, what's up with him? You know what I'm saying? What's up with his shortcomings? And that goes to the brothers. To the brothers, be talking about the sisters. 9 times out of 10, y'all got a shortcoming somewhere, because that's why y'all be talking the way y'all be talking about the sisters. There's something that you ain't saying. Now, that's why y'all be talking about the sisters the way y'all do, because there's no need, man. If you got game, you can get any woman on the planet. On the planet. Man, look, I worked in the medical field. I have been around Middle Easterns, Indian, American Indian, Indian Asian, Middle Eastern, Samoan, man, Vietnamese. Come on, man, knock it off. And I have sat down, had lunch with them, talked to them on many levels. Dude, there's no reason that anybody should be single for an extended period when there's so many other women that's willing to sit down and enjoy the time and whatever beauty you have to offer to her, and vice versa. A woman, typically, if after 25, most men are pulling back. We're like, I don't know, because first thing gonna come to our mind is she used up what she been doing. She get to 35, she still ain't got no man. Wait a minute, same thing. Is she used up what she been doing? She got a lot of miles on her. I don't know if I want to deal with that. I don't know if I want to deal with no baggage. That's how most men think. We don't want all that. What we going to do with a whole bunch of baggage? You know what I'm saying? Nah. We've already went through our struggles. So ain't no way in hell I want to go back with a 35-year-old woman and she ain't got it together yet. That's how most men think. And if it comes to a point where he says, well, go ahead, 9 times out of 10, he's probably settling, or he sees something in you that you're settling, and he says, okay, I'm good. And I'm not saying that all men think this way. I'm saying typically, that's how our mind works. That's exactly how our minds work. Now, if you see a woman that's my age and single, man, sisters, women, forget sisters, women, if you single in your 40s, you be lucky. You be lucky to find a man that's on your team. You be lucky. That's thinking like you, that's, popping on all cylinders the way you want to. Or even a serious dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I won't even speak on that, but I'm just saying, the older it gets for a woman, the rougher it gets. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad situation. It's really a sad situation. So in reality, like I'm saying, if we go back, all these beautiful people out here, what you waiting for? Because your culture said, oh, you can't do that? Oh, don't do this, don't do that. But promise you, I guarantee you will run into that moment that, that light bulb is going to go off and say, I need my people. I need to be around my people. I need to talk to my people. Hell, I might even just need to have sex with one of my people. You know what I'm saying? It happens. All right, y'all. I'm gonna dig deeper into this on my other channel once I start it. It's gonna be crazy. Because I'm gonna tell it all. Tell all. You know what I'm saying? And I had to speak to some people about it. Because it's kind of deep. And But I'm ready. It's going out. And yeah, do your thing. But this is just my opinion, my experiences. And talk to you guys later. Peace.